What's going on, everybody? Canuck here. Welcome to episode 18. Wow, 18 already of our complete course construction series. When we last left off, we were working on this big monster par 5, the uphill par 5, sixth hole. And, this one's taken a little bit of time to get established. We kind of blew it up the first time. We put our bunkers in. I still might do probably another bunker here. And again, we're just thinking about having the tree line come in as well. So we're going to continue working on that, see if we like it. I don't know if I'm going to love it until I really start putting some trees in and kind of getting a sense of what it's going to look like from that aspect. But in terms of how it plays, we'll have to dive into that too. Obviously, that's the more important part. So, a little beer tonight. It's vacation. Why not? Monday night beer. All right, so let's jump right into this. I have nothing more to say with the introduction. Dive right in. We're at 11 hours and 30 minutes. Oh. So, we started off by our fairway bunkers. We tossed them there. Oh, great tracing, Canuck. Wow. Like a kid coloring outside the lines. Not even close. So I am going to put another bunker here. Someone asked me, Andrew Grant asked me, why do you sometimes freestyle your bunkers versus outlining and then filling them in? Yeah, I've been kind of going back and forth specifically on this episode. I've been kind of, freestyling. Then I use this little round bunker thing. I don't know. I'm just trying stuff on this course. Like I said, I'm not a huge bunker guy in terms of them being immaculate, but I try to make them look good. So we're mostly doing kind of this outlining thing. I don't mind. I think it's looking pretty good. Okay, we'll him. Okay. Thing like that. Take a gander. Whoop. What I wanted to do. Yeah, it's a little work, but not too bad, I don't think. Get rid of those distance markers. We'll touch up some spots. Let's make some of the edges a little bit smoother. Otherwise, I think it looks pretty good. Okay, so there's our bunkers in. Now, I was kind of wrestling with the idea of greenside bunkers. I'm sure maybe one up top here. I kind of like the look of one up here, kind of top back left of the green. So let's throw this in. See what happens. Okay. This one I'm gonna just kind of freestyle. Again, I really don't recommend you kind of just half the bunkers you're freestyling and half of them you're planning out. I don't know. This is just a weird little thing that I'm doing. Let's see what this looks like. Pretty awful. Pretty awful. Yeah, I'm really trying a lot of different bunker techniques, which usually is a big no-no. In fact, it is a big don't do it. But I think I'm at the point now where I can make the bunkers look similar, even though I still do different methods. Maybe just a little bunker at the back, just like that, just to catch any wayward shots. Something a bit interesting at the back there. Okay, so now we got to look at kind of framing these bunkers, making them a little bit more visible. Right now they're sitting pretty flat. One's pretty good as is. And just try to go as far back as you can. You don't want to make it look like an unnatural kind of bump. And don't be afraid to not only raise, but also to lower. I like that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. There are 3 bunkers here. These can always be kind of tricky, the fairway ones, especially when they're at an angle like this. But I find sometimes with bunkers, sometimes they just cooperate, sometimes they don't. Ones are actually doing a pretty good job of cooperating. It's not too bad at all, actually. Digging it. All right, that's good. That's good. All right. Look at sculpting. Okay. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. Still, I mean, and a lot of people still following this series, which is good. Each video getting, a couple thousand views, 2,000 views usually in the first few days. So that's usually like 1,000, which is pretty good. So appreciate the support. I'm glad this is helping you guys. I mean, I don't think anyone's done anything like this before. A whole course from start to finish. It is a lot of content. But I enjoy bringing it to you guys. I don't find this to be a chore at all. I thought when I was starting it, like, if this gets to be a chore, I'm going to stop it. But it's definitely not there. I'm really enjoying this. I think it's fun to kind of talk my way through it. It's something I always wanted to do. But it's always that initial hump of, like, getting past the initial idea. And, like I said, we kind of started one, and then I deleted the first few episodes because we didn't have the idea there. But yeah, this is, I think, a great idea. Not bragging, but just think it's going to turn out nicely. It's going to turn out pretty good. I hope. I mean, we're still early. Really don't know what we're going to do with the back 9 yet. Do we have any more Canuck questions? Victor James says, after making as many greens I'm sure you've made, do you find that you can size your greens without really thinking too much about it? Yes, basically. Like, I could size a green, and then if you went around it, I said in the last episode, like 100 to 120 yards around. I can pretty much eyeball 100 to 120 yards at this point. So, again, that just takes time. You gotta remember, as new designers, like, I've put thousands of hours into this over 7 years, so It's a process. But that doesn't mean it's going to take thousands of hours and 7 years for you to get to maybe the level I'm at. Because people are getting there very quick. So, yeah. So don't be discouraged, and don't look and be like, oh, I can never make a course like Canuck, I'm not going to do it. That's not the point. I mean, first of all, probably at some point you'll be able to. So I'm not that great at it. But again, just design for yourself. Doesn't matter what other people think. As long as you like it and you're enjoying the process. It's all about the process. The plays are great. Obviously, the plays are great. I like this a lot. Now, I'm just trying to think of a tee shot. Like, this was the original. It's kind of here, but I'm kind of liking a tee shot here. Really take on those bunkers. So I'm thinking we have some... We really have options here. This will be quite important. I kind of like it on a hill here. Oh. Kid crying here. 1 second. To pause and start this over again. Actually, break the server. Okay. Oh, I think Mom's popping there. She usually does the first one of the night. If she does get up again, it's usually me, so. Okay. Mom to the rescue. Got an amazing life, that's for sure. Let me sit and bring you guys content. We just spent 9 hours today painting together. It's quite. It was fun. It was a long day. Certainly a long day. Okay, so let's go with. Mix up the bunkers a bit. We've been pretty boring with the bunkers, the tee box. Tee boxes have been pretty dull. Something different. Smaller. Hook up. I kind of like the back tee on its own. So, just because obviously I do a lot of my framing from the back tees. We will do something a bit different further up. We'll use these guys. That up a bit. Boom. There. Then front tee. Like there. There. Pop that up a bit. Okay. Put the T's where they need to be. There. Here. Swap it back. So right now, we have the tee shot almost perfect already. That doesn't happen very often. Let's see if we can confirm that. That's pretty much there already. Okay. Now you're looking at 307. So this is going to be a 3-shot 5. But I want that second shot, like I said, to be interesting. I know not everyone loves the 3-shot par 5. I particularly, I love a 2-shot par 5. I want to get there in 2 and go for eagle, but I don't think that's necessary all the time. I think you need to have one long par 5. Still got 305 in. I mean, that's perfect. So with that tree line, I'm going to have people, they can maybe challenge that. Or, I mean, there's the safe layup there. So it's going to be a nice true 3-shotter. Still 107 in. Pretty big green. So if you play it smart, again, you got a pretty easy shot into a pretty large green. Now I'm kind of got to think about the third shot. Third shot is going to be, kind of a wedge or pitch shot in. I feel like my second shot's going to be tricky. I'm starting to rethink the right side of the fairway. I'm wondering if we put some bunkers here instead. But you know what? If you somehow miss your chip and you're off to the right, that's okay. Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. And this hole's playing pretty nicely, actually. It really just needs a little bit of planting. Kind of establish that tree line. And this is where we really have to think back to how we want to do the tree line. So, remember, if you recall, first 2 holes, lots of different varied trees, mostly pines. And then we got really bare on like 3 as nothing. 4, we kind of went into these sprucey trees, 4 and 5, which I do quite like. But I'm not sure that look fits inland. So I think we're going to still kind of plant like this. Just seems to match it. But we're not really going to know what this looks... I don't really know what it looks like until I plant it, so... Let's start by laying down some trees. Kind of establishing where the line is going to be. Again, we want it pretty tight. So kind of that initial tree here. Kind of want like here. No, not here. That's I think too much. Maybe like here. Maybe here. One down there. This one. You can still get around there, okay. Okay. So, now we'll just start adding in some trees. This will be pretty heavily treed in here, I think. Start with a few of these guys. Watch the rotation and all that kind of stuff. Sizing. Tree lines can be tough to make look natural. That's still something I need to work on. Find mine aren't the best. Whereas some guys just Yeah, it just looks so good. Hey, putting in some of these bushy pines. I like these because I feel like they take up a lot of real estate. Kind of what I want. We're also looking at 7. Taller ones. So shadows are a bit of an issue too, but so far it's looking pretty good. I do notice whenever I stream or whenever I kind of check the analytics, whenever planting shows up, people just kind of skip ahead or stop, and I find that interesting. I really highly recommend you take a look at people's planting and how they do it. Because I don't know if it's not something to be taken as an afterthought. You know, there's a lot of this like, oh, who cares what it looks like? It's just all about how it plays. No, it's not. It really isn't. I'm playing a golf video game. If people can create their own courses, I'm gonna play a great looking course that maybe plays okay, rather than like maybe the most brilliant strategic course imaginable, but super boring visually. Like, I don't need that. But that's just me. That's just me. Okay, how's this looking so far? Not bad. Yeah, lots of shadows we're dealing with, right? A little space in there. We'll fill up a bit. And you know, I was using some of the dead trees. I was using a few of the oaks, so we'll sprinkle those in, I think. And these don't really fit now. To start thinking about maybe pulling those out. Where do I have these? I have some of them in there. No, I feel like it's gonna be more of a pine tree look. I have these cypress. These almost, they can get away with these almost looking like pine trees almost. You have a few of these sycamores which we can probably sprinkle in. Mix things up a bit. Then these nice dead trees have been playing a nice role. I kind of got rid of those custom trees. I saw Reebdug did those in his World Cup entry. Haven't played that course yet. Yeah, decided to take them out. I don't know. I didn't particularly love the look on his, but it's just me. Okay, throw some of those snaky guys in there. We got too many of these. Let's get rid. She's looking pretty nice, actually. Shot in is gonna be pretty cool. Yep, I like it. Okay, so now that's on the left side. Do a little bit on the right. This hole's actually coming together pretty nicely. Sometimes doesn't happen very often. Spruces in here. Okay, so now it's starting to think how we got to look at the tree line between 6 and, for right now, 10. So we have right now coming in. So, and then we did think about the last episode. We kind of want to keep this relatively open. So I maybe want the tree line starting about here. I'm just trying to think, do I want this open at any point? I mean, that can always be tweaked and changed. So I don't need to really consider that quite yet. But things to think about down the line. We do have a couple other questions going on here. Question from Obsolete. Despite the playthrough counter showing how much time is put into a course, how much time do you suppose you spend in the designer? Ooh, that's a good question. It really, really depends on what I'm working on. Right now, what you're seeing is pretty much all I'm doing in the designer right now. I'm working a little bit on the Apex course, but like maybe that's an hour a week that you're not seeing. It's really not much at this point. So, yeah, I'm busy with other games and getting, like I said, I'm really getting into like sim racing and stuff right now. So, not a lot of time. I'm busy. Busy with other things, other interests and family stuff and all that stuff. So no, as of right now, not a ton of time. Putting into the designer right now. Okay. Oh. Tree line's still not looking great right now. Needs... Whoops. Let's save it right now first. You never know what could happen. That crash from a while ago is still haunting me a little bit. That to happen again. Cypresses. I like kind of maybe doing this in pockets a bit. So what's going up? What's going up on the left there? That's the big question. What is going up on the left? We could do some dunes, maybe. Because right now, up here is looking pretty empty. I'm really digging the closed-in look here. And 7's going to come right back out. Yeah, I kind of digging the different planting styles right now. We're doing something different. Does it have to make sense? Not necessarily. Yeah, lots of shadow here we've got to take into account, but Not seeming to put a huge damper on things. It's what I want to do up here. As well as here, like how far do I want to plant? I want to bring it right up. Close it in a bit. Kind of block some of this. Let's actually try that. This much planting today. Every second of the process, that's what we're seeing here, right? So let's try to extend the tree line, maybe up to about here. And we'll see. See how she looks. Bigger guys in here. Again, the tree line is something really easily we can edit and change around, so we might like it 1 second and hate it the next, but that's fine. It's easy to fix. Kind of like that for hole 6, bringing it in a bit more. And hole 7. I think so. But again, we really want to kind of open it up a bit for 8. I don't know what I'm going to do for 7 yet. I'm looking forward to building out 7 and 8. Put a couple holes in here. Just for now. Okay, I'm gonna throw a few trees up here for now. It's a pretty closed in hole. I know a lot of people love a little bit more open looks, but sometimes a nice closed in look. So bad. I hate that, actually. Coming in from 10. Not bad at all. Not too bad at all. This. When did I use this? Back on hole 1? I like throwing some of these dead trees in. Mixes things up a bit. So that is a very closed-in hole. So there's still some, like, well, we can get started on it at least, but still got to add grasses, shrubs, things like that. There's our plant meter. We're doing just fine. We really got like 3 holes left, and we're at only 22% on the meter, so we're doing just fine. Throw in some. Not the most exciting stuff here, but getting there. Always feels good when you finish a par 5. Par 5s suck, I find. They just take a bit longer. Because they're longer, got more area to cover. Just how it is. I'm using a lot of my blind rabbit planting for this course. It's kind of sneaking in now, so that's something for my next course. I'm gonna have to try to get away from. It's really kind of using this type of planting as a bit of a crutch because it's easy and I think it looks pretty good. But I don't want all my courses to start looking the same. Definitely a little bit better. Hey. Yeah, she looks from the tee. I like it how it's a good change of pace after going from definitely more of a coastal holes. I like the second shot. It's gonna be interesting. You know, a little longer in the bunker, and then you got a really awkward lot, like a 68-yard bunker shot, which is gonna be pretty awkward. I like that. I like it a lot. Okay, well, 42 minutes. That's usually about our time where we sign off for the episode. Of course, coming together for sure. We've got definitely quite a bit more done today. 6 is shaping up to look pretty darn good, I think. Fun to play. 7, now that we've kind of got tree line in on the right, I'm probably going to keep it pretty open on the left, I think. Yeah, so we still have things to do here on 7. We got to finish up some planting, finish up some rough stuff. Obviously work on the green, but we'll save that for the next episode and then get started on our 7th hole. And it'll be hole 8, which is going to be great. So yeah, 6, 7, 8 are going to be really tight. Really tight. Yeah, Huh, interesting. Yeah, we're gonna have to. I added a little too much tree line than I wanted to here, so I mean, seven's actually gonna be this. So yeah, it's gonna be those 7 and 8 are a little cozy, but sure what else we can do here other than this in a bit and then give us some more bring 8 kind of something like that. There'll be room. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We always do. Stop the clock as we just did go over the 12-hour mark. And yeah, things moving along pretty nicely, I would say. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you later.